Hey guys, just some science knowledge here. Something that we probably never think of. What are the odds of you being born? What are the odds of you being born? Not being born in America, being born, period. Let's check it out. According to scientists, the odds of any individual being born are approximately 1 in 400 trillion. Some say this probability is similar to rolling 2 million dice, each with a trillion sides, and having all land on the same number. I want you to think about that for a second. Does that make you special? In at your level of consciousness? Yes. Does that make you special at the universe level of consciousness? No. No. To the universe, you're just another organism. But the universe gave you a consciousness to help you elevate and procreate and recreate and create and recreate and create your own reality. See, an animal like a dog or a bird, they're not going to think about the probabilities of them being born because they don't have that level of consciousness. See, so to even to think about the probability of you being born, that shows that the universe have given you a level of consciousness that's infinite. Infinite. So let's put that in perspective. It says the observable universe is estimated to contain 200 billion to 2 trillion galaxies. Galaxies. We're in one of them. Out of the 2 trillion galaxies, we're in one of them. What they say? The odds of being born, 1 in 400 trillion. Does that make you special at your level of consciousness? Yes. Now, it's at your level of consciousness, not anybody else's. Because the cop down the street do not care about your level of consciousness. Don't care about your existence. Matter of fact, he don't even know you exist. You don't exist until he sees you, to be honest with you. That's how insignificant most of us are to the universe. That we are a collapsed being until someone sees us. We'll collapse atoms. Until someone sees us and observes us, then we manifest. That's crazy, I know. I don't want to go that far. But that's the truth. You don't exist until you observe. That's the truth. Like if you knew somebody, a friend, and you saw that friend last week, and that friend died a week after you saw him, 30 years can go by. To you, that friend is still alive. Even though he died a week after you met him, a week after you saw him. So 30 years later, it was like, Corey died 30 years ago. He was like, no, I never knew that. You thought he was still alive because he was. At your consciousness, he was still alive. Because the last time you saw him, that's what you saw. You saw him. That was the last time you saw him. See? So, in fact, a person does not exist in your consciousness until you see them with your eyes. I'm not talking about talking to them on the phone, because that could be anybody's voice. That's just a transmission. That's just a transmission. That's like if you hear a recorded voice. That's not the actual person. That's a recording. But you don't know unless I tell you this is a recording. You still wouldn't know. Anyway, let's go on to the next part. So, let's break it down a little bit more. What is the probability of being born as a human? Nobody knows the precise probability, but it's definitely almost infinitely miniature, infinitely minute, small, that you will be born. We would not be around if one of the following processes hadn't occurred. Each event exponentially less likely to have occurred than the event prior to it. Your dad and mom decided to mate at the exact period of time they did. A male is constantly replacing millions of his sperm a day. So if your parents decided to mate a few months prior than they did, most likely a different sperm would have met your mother's egg and you would be born. So they would have waited 1 or 2 days. 2 days out of the millions of sperm, you wouldn't have been born a day later. Okay? And wouldn't be born. Even using the fact that they did mate at the time they did. There were millions of sperm released when they mated. And it had to be the exact right one out of millions of sperm with the exact right one. 300,000 eggs from your mom. Chance of birth is already extraordinarily small. And we're just getting started. See? That's the point I'm trying to make, guys. When you understand who you are, I'm not talking about some power superhuman. I'm talking about understanding the fact that your level of consciousness is all that matters. You create your own reality. When you're conscious of it. The above process applied to your grandparents also. And your 8 great-grandparents. And your 16 great-great-grandparents. And all the way down your 3.9 billion years of ancestral line. If just one of those ancestors died or didn't have kids for whatever reason, you wouldn't be born. Meaning those exact environmental pressures, ecological events had to occur throughout the history of life on Earth. That's why it is documented scientific evidence that every strand of your DNA has the history of Earth on it. So if the entire Earth was to be wiped out and there's 2 people left, the DNA, the information recorded on the strand of DNA would show them how to start all over again. It's amazing, I know. I'm just letting you know. This is the kind of knowledge and information that make you think about life. Now, does this bring value to the human existence? No. It brings value to your existence. See, that's the thing you got to realize. Like, as a collective, like, we have high frequency. We have frequency to build things together as a collective. The frequency is in the air, be it good or bad. You can go to a certain environment and the frequency is so dark that you may turn into a serial killer. You can go into another environment and the frequency is so radiant and positive that you may turn into a teacher or a motivational speaker. So your environment controls a lot of how you think and feel. So anyway, guys, that's it for that video. I'm signing off. I'll see you in a while, in a minute.